Welcome to NEPCON Japan. Delighted to be joined by Ichiri Arimoto from YAMAHA Europe. Nice to meet you, Ichiro.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. I'm Ichiro.
Okay. Yeah. And then on my left here we have Richard Vereijssen, who we're going to be talking to about some of the new products we're going to be looking at here today. So good to see you, Richard.
Yes, thank you for coming.
So if I'm going to turn my attention first of all to you, Arimoto-san, you have been running Europe now for a good 3 or 4 years. What sort of trends do you see coming out of Europe, and what's happening with Yamaha over there?
Actually, it's, as you can see, the market itself that is growing in Europe, and also that is the market trend is always the automation and then the Industry 4.0. Right. So in such a situation, the Yamaha is growing a lot. Mm-hmm. Our turnover is 30% over compared with before last year. So yeah, we are very successful last year. So, but our strategy is always that is total line solution, which is Yamaha is the sole suppliers to provide that all SMT equipment from start to end. So that is that one of the key points is of our success.
So how much of that has contributed towards your success? I mean, you know, you've had obviously your best year ever in Europe. Yeah. How much of that has been attributed to full line solutions?
Actually, that is, the customer expectation that is the full traceability, and then the common platform and the common operation, and also machine-to-machine communication. That we are providing that is all of the solution from our total line solution. That is key. Yes.
So I mean, you have quite a lot of capability there. I assume first of all that the Yamaha systems work on the CFX and Hermes standard, and also on the 6Gem Jara standards that are here.
Actually, as you may know, the Japanese SMT supplier is not attending that Hermes standard. Okay. So Japanese suppliers is set up the new standard, LS. We call so-called LS. So we are following that's common platform protocol. Okay. So we are following this.
So
yes.
You're following that. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Excellent. So are the customers that are buying into the full line solution, are they buying the full line at one time, or are they buying parts of it with a view to eventually having the full line solution?
Yeah, I think both happened last year. Some of the customers who has our pick and place, they bought additionally that AOI or printers from us. Right. But on the other hand, some of the customer is first investment is they selected Yamaha all equipment. So such kind of a case also is happened a lot is last year. Yes. Yes.
Great. Okay, well, you always use this platform here at NEPCON to demonstrate your new equipment, all your new bells and whistles. So I'm going to turn to Richard now, who's going to tell us some of the detail about the new printer and the new storage system.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah.
All right. So Richard, a couple of new things on the booth this week. Yep. We have the YS10 printer. Now you actually showed that for the first time at Nuremberg last year. Yes. But you've got the full working version, the full factory version ready now, which has got an auto stencil changeover system and a few other things built into it. Can you maybe give us an overview of what's in this finished product?
Yeah, we are releasing here at the NEPCON show our YSP10, which is our full automated printing system. So in our total line concept, we are aiming for having an constant production flow from product A, B, C continuously. And with this printer we can terminate the waiting time, the downtime on the printer by having automatic stencil exchange, automatic pin exchange, and automatic solder paste transfer from stencil 1 to the next stencil.
Well, that's quite a big thing in itself, just the paste transfer, because that gets rid of a lot of handling problems that you would normally have.
Yes, this is a quite unique concept, which is used in packing industry, and we have adopted in our printer, where we scooping up all the solder paste roll from the previous printer, and drop it off at the next printer. So there is no contamination, operator has to pour it back in a pot and reuse it for the next stencil. So it's a lot of quality improvement and downtime improvement on the printer side.
It's definitely one of the big areas of this smart factory industry 4.0 revolution. There's going to be a lot of downtime saved.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the key things, because a lot of people are already running at fairly high yields off their lines. Where they're really going to benefit is the reduced machine downtime on the factory floor.
Yeah.
With that, it's going to also bring a lot of challenges for these changeovers, because they're going to happen quicker. What sort of things are you having to do to help make sure that your equipment is ready in time for this?
Yeah, we are integrating our total line solution, and here at the NEPCON show we are launching our intelligent SMD storage system, YST15. That's completely integrating the material handling from storage to the factory floor. We are working on automating the transfer from the reels to the production floor by AGVs. We can show you here AGVs implemented in our software environment, so that automatically the reels will be recalled from our software. So in the setup area, you send a batch request to the tower, all the reels coming out of the tower, and an AGV will pick them up and bring them to the SMT of the setup area. But also when reels becoming empty, almost empty at the production line, then automatically recall is sent to the tower to output the next reel for this component, so that the operator can quickly add the next reel into the production line.
So this is done automatically by the system, so it's not waiting on the operator sending an alert to the storage tower. So it happens quicker to get it replenished quicker and to the line on time.
Yes. So we created smart software around it, so that the operator don't need to react. He don't need to follow how many components are still left on the reel, and the software will indicate, okay, this reel is almost empty, gives a warning, a yellow sign, starts blinking the LED tower on the machine, but it's always a reaction on an event. And what we want to prevent is that the operator comes back from picking up one reel and 5 other reels are necessary to get from the storage tower. So we made software that is giving a batch supply to the tower for all the reels which will become empty in the next half an hour or 1 hour, what you set in the software. So that the operator has a flow of all the reels which will be needed in the line, which machine, which side of the machine, so that you don't need to swap around between the lines and between the machines and from 1 to 5 to 4 to 3, but in a smooth way, just efficient production.
And continuous production as well.
Continuous and efficient production.
So, I mean, another step I believe you've taken towards that as well is with your feeder banks.
Yes.
I believe you can hot swap these if you like, and the other 3 take up the capacity. Can you explain how that works?
Yes. Also here on the show we are releasing the YSN20R with exchangeable trolleys during production, non-stop trolleys, so that in our programming software we grouping all the products for this week production or today production, how many changeovers, to combine it into as minimum as possible setups, and to make use as much as possible of the common parts for all the products. They are running on, let's say, trolley 1, 2 and 3, and trolley 4 can be changed between the different groups of the setups. And this can be done during production, so one trolley is not needed for batch number B, but for C you need another trolley. So the trolley from product setup A, take it out and replace it with a trolley for production plot C while B is producing. So
And
rolling cage.
presumably it's intelligent in as much that if you take one trolley out and there's a device needed from that particular trolley, when it's replenished, it makes up the time in replacing these components when it comes back online.
Yes, yeah.
Great to see how you're always innovating, Richard. You're always so we're getting closer to having continuous improvement. Do you think we'll get to the lights out factory one day?
It takes some time, but yeah, we are on a good way to reduce as much as possible operator involvements.
Well, always a pleasure to catch up. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Chairman.